6 screws in to hold this plate in. Again, I have the machine screws here for the metal thread work, and then a plastic screws here for, of course, going into plastic. Now we're ready to take our cabling and route it back the way it needs to be. So you can see these little notches right here going on through the side of your 3D printer. The different widths are for the different types of cables. So on this side you're going to have the wider width for your HDMI cable. So you just make sure you want to slide that back in there as it should be, like so. Stick that in. And I know some of you all, you know, you may have just melted yours before, and you know all of this stuff, but I just wanted to show it for those who haven't done this before. Keynote, make sure that this cable is below the lead right here, that way you can actually stick your cable in there. Alright, and so there's your HDMI port here. Make sure that your HDMI port is faced like this with the you know what this is, with this part on top, that way, or with this part facing outward, so you can just plug it straight in without damaging anything. Bam, so there it is. Slap that in there. Nah, I mean, cuz, yeah, bruh. Alright, so you take the rest of these cables, route it as needed, slip that in there right there. You know what I'm saying? How right there, boy. I tell you what, oh my goodness, I done forgot to take this thing up in here. I done routed it wrong. Dag nabbit. Alright, hold on right now. Oh my lord, my phone is going off. It's time for me to go to work. Well, look at here. We're just gonna finish this right here. Right here, right here. I'm gonna make sure we get it done right. Alright? Get it done right. Get it done right now. Right now. Yeah. Let me just, oh my god. Now, yeah, see, the other purpose of this video is show you all what you're going to encounter as you go through here and you try to work on your 3D printer yourself. Because many people try to tell you you won't encounter any problems, everything will be simple, straightforward, and easy. But I just want you all to know what you're going to run into as you're trying to fix your 3D printer yourself. So let me know if you have any questions, concerns, or problems, or things of that nature. And, you know, just drop a comment down below, and we'll make it do what it do. Okay. Yeah, I can talk in that accent because, you know, I'm a country boy. You know, that's what I do. You know. Oh, don't you know? That's for you northerners. Oh, don't you know? Where's that from? It's like Nebraska, Wisconsin, something. Nebraska. That's the Cornhusker place. Wisconsin. The place with the Swiss cheese and all of that, even though Swiss cheese is supposed to be from the Swiss Alps and all of that. I'm just talking outside my neck right now. Don't pay attention to me. Don't pay me in mind. That's like my favorite voice to talk in. Somebody's gonna be like, yeah, if you had to talk in that voice, for real, you'd be mad if somebody made fun of you. Looky here. I done been made fun of all my life. All my life I've been made fun of. I'm just having me a good old time. Yeah. Oh. Some of y'all don't know nothing about that. That's what they call, you know, give you a history lesson. That's what they call them old Negro spirituals, you know, when they be out in the hot sun picking the cotton, picking the tobacco, picking whatever they got to pick so they can make a buck. They be out there singing them songs to help get them through the day. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. because you will get screwed. Alright, here's your Z-axis port. We've already tested it before we even assembled all of this. I know it works and operates and everything like that. Again, make sure that as you're doing this, you make sure that this rotates freely. So now that we've tested that and we know that to make sure it rotates freely, I'm going to bring it down some more so I can take this plate and screw it in. These require the plastic screws, so be mindful of that too. I think it's 4 plastic screws that hold that on. Oh, look at here, I got 4 plastic screws there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just connect this right here. Bloop. Alright, it's in there like swimwear. Wait, what? Makes more sense when you don't think about it. Alright, all that stuff's in there. BAM! It's good. Alright, so we're going to flip a B. What did you just say? Don't worry about it. Some people know what that is. Those of you who don't know what that is, good for you. Good for you. Alright, now you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. You want this doodad right here to line up appropriately, as you can see. Now, after actually feeling this in my hand, I understand now why the Z-axis motors tend to burn out so much. These things are actually heavy. Like, try to hold this right here and you can feel the weight on it, or even just hold it like at the bottom and just try to move it up and down. You can actually feel the weight when you grab it just from this area. That's what this little motor is trying to rotate and twist and turn. So as you're searching for a new motor, if you haven't done so already, make sure you get one with a good amount of torque, because if not, if you ever don't, oh Lord, that junk gonna be tore up. Yeah. So again, screw that in like that. Now notice when I slid this in, they go in between these slits, and there's a little lip right here that you want to stick that under. So with the power and magic of editing, just gonna edit and it's gonna be done. Make sure you take your build plate off, and that way it makes it easier. Alright, boys and girls, I finally put the base of the build plate on. Now I'm going to put the build plate on itself. This is a glass build plate, of course. I think it's the standard. We just slide it on, slide it back, voila, it's in place. Now that you got all your stuff together, rotate it, rotate it, rotate it to the back. And we're just going to do one more last looky here, see, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so I rewired everything. HDMI cord is in its place. Z-axis, Y-axis, and Z-axis here. All of those are lined up properly. Have my plastic screws here, plastic screws here. All of this is lined up as it should. I'm gonna just do one more function check, if you will. Actually, I want you all to turn this like while it's plate on here, so you can see how much force is actually required to lift this thing up and down. Like, it's no wonder why these motors burn out so quick. So if I were you, I'd probably encourage like putting some WD-40 or something like that in there, just to make this a little more you know, smooth as it glides up and down. Alright, so cool. Last thing we're gonna do is actually one of the last things we're gonna do. We're gonna take our doohickey here, our housing, and we're gonna set it up over here. I got my mini-me here with me, who keeps trying to talk and do stuff. But so yeah, just slide this in here like stuff. Actually, I forgot, lift this up some, then slide this down. Now you can actually slide this whole piece down here, connect it all together like, and believe it or not, it doesn't actually snap. So excuse me, babe, Daddy needs to sit down. So now just look through here, make sure everything is lined up properly. Alright, so now everything is set up here. Actually, I'm going to maneuver this some because it is blocking and impeding the movement of our Shibari. Alright, so now it moves up and down smoothly. Shouldn't have any issues with it there. Rotate that back some more, just so it has some more space there. Or don't you know? Slide that under there, make it pretty. Mighty board is good to go. This is all good to go. Last step in this process, before you is actually putting this plate on. Before you actually put this plate on, make sure that this power converter is actually moved back and set in place where it is flush up against here. You'll actually see it there where it's kind of flush. So you want to make sure that that's pushed back as far as you can get it. It'll line up just right. And then once you come over and you put this back plate on, again, like I was telling you before, when you actually come to take it off, there is actually these little rectangle pieces here that you're looking for. And you want to push those in. You can kind of see how there's a lip right there. To get this off, you actually have to pull up and actually pull it from the bottom. So I guess I'll demonstrate that for you now. Just kind of pull it from the bottom, just gently pull it from the bottom and lift up, and it'll just pop right up. So anyway, we're gonna sit this back on here like so. Voila. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it. Oh my goodness. One thing you want to make sure of is that all this stuff lines up properly. Alright, all this stuff is lined up properly. Also want to make sure these connectors down here are lined up properly. Make sure all your holes are lined up properly as they should be. Now be mindful that as you're going through and you're doing this, these are going to require different screws than the screws on the outer perimeter of the shell itself, or the back of the plate itself. So anyway, take the screws. I hope you mark them and label them, and just screw them back in and then plug them in, and you're pretty much good to go. You can fire up your 3D printer, and that is how you replace the Z-axis motor on your MakerBot's Replicator 5th generation. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll answer them as quickly and as ready as I can. If y'all have any issues with yours, hit me up again, and I'll help you out along the way. Other than that, this has been another Joe Daddy, aka Tuskegee 87 exclusive, and I'll catch y'all later.